Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today it's Christmas Eve and I'm planning to make cheese lobster with longevity noodles, 芝士龍蝦伊麵 in Cantonese, alright? And we're going to the market to buy some fresh live lobsters. So yeah, I'll take you there and we'll see you at the market.
Yep, see ya. Oh, alright. Here.
We're here, we're at the market. Can you see? Alright, no, I don't think you can see. So we're going into the market to get some fresh lobsters. So inside the market, it was really noisy, so we couldn't get any good audio. But me and my son was just scooping around. We finally found a place that sold Australian red lobsters. They were going for 228 Hong Kong dollars, so around 30 US dollars for one. And the lady was super nice. She helped me pick out two of them. And here's my son paying for it. And, you know, messing around with the lobster along the way. And finally, we found a place that sells freshly made noodles. So I purchased 4 of these longevity noodles, or yi mein. So after we picked up all the ingredients from the market, my little sous chef / cameraman wanted some payment for his work. So we went to the Boba shop.
Alright, so it's time for Boba. Woo! Boba, 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 Boba. Boba. Got it. Perfect.
After the delicious boba tea, we're back at home. And the first thing we're going to do is process the lobster. So this might be a little graphic. If you want to skip this part, please feel free. All right, we're going to kill it as humanely as possible. I'm going to use a Chinese cleaver and, you know, just a straight blow to the brain. And yeah, and we're going to split it in half. Okay, let's kill this one first. Okay. So I think the humane way to do it is
just end it. Hopefully not make it tougher.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna kill it. I'm scared. Oh my god, oh my god, oh god, ah!
So that blow to the brain actually killed the lobster instantly, but it's still moving because I think its muscles contract and expand even after they die. So it might look like it's still alive, but it's actually already out cold.
Are you sure it's out?
Okay.
Yep, it's probably out now. This is a fail.
Yeah.
I know, just crunch it. Just crunch it. I don't. Ah, God. Okay, yep. Alright, try again.
Now I'm going to split the lobster in half.
Like this. Ah! Yep, okay, yep, there. Yep, alright, yep, alright. Okay, oh, God. It's probably dead now, you can stop.
Well, you split it in half or
This is not humane at all. Oh, God, just split in half. Oh, God. Oh, the nerves are still moving. Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm going to zoom in at the nerves. Oh, God, take a look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, look at those. Ew. Oh, you can see it. Oh, I'm going to zoom in on the yellow stuff. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to zoom in on that. Oh, well, it's bad. The camera quality is bad anyways. It's fine. So, yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's dead because it's literally split in half. So we wash it.
Okay, so after my little sous chef freaked out, I'm going to rinse off the lobster because I want to get rid of the seawater from the market. And I'm not going to like rinse it directly under the tap, only for the shell. And for the meat, I want to like just splash some tap water on it, rinse off a little bit. I want to keep the umami, you know, that flavor, because, you know, it's a fresh live lobster and it's pretty expensive. So you're going to ruin it if you just run it under a tap. After rinsing the lobster, I'm going to trim the horns. The legs. And the tail. So it looks better when I plate it.
Ooh, cuts. Nice. Your hand's covering it a little bit. Yep. Yep, okay. Just cut it. Oh, your hand's covering the whole time. I'm just going to zoom back up. Yeah, it's good. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. Nice.
And then I'm going to cut up the lobster into smaller pieces.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, God. Ooh, oh, God. Big boy.
Next, I'm going to use some paper towels to soak up any excess water or moisture in the lobster because we're going to fry the lobster and we don't want any excess water when we're frying, all right? Because it'll make the oil splash everywhere. It's dangerous. So I'm going to use a paper towel to soak up any of that. You could use a clean towel if you want.
Okay.
Now we soak it up.
While I'm soaking up the water of the lobster, I'm going to prepare some other ingredients. So let's chop up some spring onions. And we're also going to chop up a few cloves of garlic.
Okay. Okay, that.
And I'm going to chop one shallot. And finally, I'm going to chop up half an onion.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's garlic.
Onion.
If you're bored, eat raw onion as a snack. Ah. Delicious. Alright, so
Now that we have our ingredients prepared, we're going to cook the longevity noodles. So I've prepared a big wok and I'm going to boil water.
I don't know.
So make sure the water is boiling before you put the longevity noodles in because we don't want to boil the longevity noodles for too long. We're not going to cook it all the way through right now. And since the longevity noodles has been fried before, and we're just going to put it in the boiled water to squeeze out any excess oil, make it softer.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
It's okay. We'll clean up afterwards.
Once the noodles has gone soft, we can take it out and put it into a strainer because we're not going to cook it all the way through right now.
Hot. Too bad enough.
Then we take the noodles and run it through some cold water. We want to bring down the temperature. We want to stop it from cooking. And also we want to take out any excess oil that the noodles might have. Now we set aside the noodles and we clean the wok. And after the wok has been cleaned, put it back onto the stove.
Chicken block?
Now we boil the chicken broth because we want the noodles to absorb all this chicken broth to give it the flavor it needs. Okay, now it's really bland. All right, so we don't need a lot of chicken broth. Just use your feeling. Like Uncle Roger says, all Chinese cooks, we just use our feeling. I'm not going to tell you how many cups or how many milliliters.
Just use feeling.
They didn't
So
see.
just boil the chicken broth and I'm going to add some oyster sauce and bring it to a boil before we put the noodles in.
And the oyster sauce and mix it all up. You can see the instant change of color. It's a little bit more red now. That's
When it's boiling, we can put the noodles back in so it soaks up all that broth and all the flavor going into the noodles. After the chicken broth has been absorbed into the noodles, you want to have a taste test. You want to test the taste. If it's too bland, you might want to add some more oyster sauce or salt and pepper. And you'd also want to test the texture of the noodles. You don't want the noodles to be too soft. You want them to be a little bit chewy.
Soft enough?
That's the perfect texture for the longevity noodles.
It's not like, it's like stretchy, so I don't think it's.
Still good? Okay, good. If you like the flavor and the texture of the noodles, we are ready to plate it.
Your hands covered in everything.
Sorry, dude.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it above.
Now you want to remove the paper towel from the lobsters. We're going to prepare the lobsters for frying. So we're going to season it a little bit with some salt. So don't season the lobster with salt too early. You want to do it right before you fry the lobster, because when you put salt onto the lobster meat, it brings out the water in the lobster, and that's not good for frying.
It's kind of still moving.
After seasoning the lobsters, you want to put a layer or a coating of cornstarch, just a thin layer. You want to trap all that lobster juice, all that flavor with that cornstarch coating, because when you fry the lobsters, some of that flavor, some of that umami would go out into the oil, and with that layer of thin cornstarch, it actually traps that juice, that flavor inside. So make sure you do this.
On the floor.
Okay, I think that's enough. Alright, take a picture. Wow. Wow.
I need to take a picture.
Wow.
I need to take a picture real quick. You good?
Now we are ready to fry the lobsters. So add oil to the wok and bring the heat up. Once the oil is hot enough, we can slowly put the lobster pieces into the wok. You don't want to put them all in at once, because all that cornstarch will clunk up. So if you have a lot of lobster pieces, do it in separate batches. And we don't have to cook the lobsters all the way through. So probably like a minute or two for the lobsters in the oil, and then we're going to take them out.
How do you know when it's done? It's still freaking moving.
唔係嗰啲係嗰啲 nerves 嚟㗎，死咗好耐啦。
I thought we were gonna boil it.
一陣我炸咗先啊嘛，好味啲㗎。Trust me, I know I've done it many times.
Once you see the lobsters turning golden brown, you can take them out of the wok and drip out the excess oil and put in the next batch of lobsters to fry.
That's really good. Let me zoom out first. Wait, no, let me zoom out. Should we just wait for it to evaporate, or we're just gonna... How do you take out the oil?
Now we're going to wash the wok and prepare for the cheese sauce. I saved the oil that we used to fry the lobsters because that has a lot of the lobster flavor, and I'm going to put it back into the wok.
What is that? That's the oil? We're gonna add the condiments.
Once the oil is hot enough, I'm going to put the shallot, the garlic, and the onions in the wok.
Garlic.
I just stir that first. Smells really good.
Once they all turn golden brown, it's time to add in the chicken broth.
Chicken broth. That's a lot of chicken broth.
Yeah, we got a lot of noodles, man. We need more.
Do we really need a liter of chicken broth for this meal?
Yeah, I think we need more water too. I'm gonna add a little bit of water into it.
I'm going to add some water because I think the flavor is a little bit too salty.
Just wait for the
Keep the stove at a high heat. We want to bring the chicken broth to a boiling point before we put in the lobsters. Once the chicken broth is boiling, we can put in the lobsters and we're going to cook it for another minute with the lid on.
You put all of it in
yeah,
at once?
yeah.
Oh wow, there's actually enough space, huh?
Look what could be come
Let's go quicker.
So after about a minute, I'm going to take the lid off and I'm going to add the cheese to my chicken broth. I'm going to make the cheese sauce.
30 seconds to
For 2 lobsters, I'm using 6 slices of cheese. If you want it to be more cheesier, you can add more cheese if you want. I'm going to keep it at 6 slices because if you put too much cheese, I think it covers the umami of the lobster and I want to keep that lobster flavor. I don't want the cheese flavor to be too strong, but you can experiment with that.
That was really good. Mmm. So do you just mix it or do you just let it be? Alright, so 30 seconds?
A minute.
A minute? Alright, so
After you put in all the cheese, put the lid back on and leave it for another minute.
whenever you're ready. Oh my god. The cheese is completely melted.
Now we make sure that the cheese is melted and you mix in the lobster with the cheese sauce.
You should add butter.
Add in the spring onions for some extra flavor and garnish to the dish. It looks a lot better with a little bit of green in it.
Oh, beautiful. Put some black pepper.
And finally, I'm going to add some black pepper to give it an extra kick. Now I'm going to give my sous chef / cameraman a taste test of the sauce.
First reaction. Oh my god.
It's good.
I might have some more. Oh my,
Alright.
so good.
Keep on filming.
Oh. Mmm. So good.
Now that I have the approval of my sous chef / cameraman, aka my son, we're going to take the lobster out of the wok and put it on top of the longevity noodles.
So in the end, we can put some cheese on top and then melt it also.
Now we're going to.
Now we're near the end. My sous chef is getting a little bit tired, so you can see the camera is shaking like we're having an earthquake. But don't worry, we don't have earthquakes in Hong Kong.
Hey Siri.
Now he's so distracted, he's calling Siri. Titus, you are fired. For a dish to be good, it needs to taste good, it needs to smell good, and it needs to look good. So that's why I'm taking my time to plate my lobsters.
Yeah.
細個先。
Now I'm going to thicken my cheese sauce. To do that, I have a bowl of water and I'm going to mix in cornstarch. So make sure it's properly mixed. Make sure it's all dissolved. Else you might get clumps in your sauce.
Make it thick.
What's that?
It makes the
Just
sauce
milk?
thick. No, makes it thick.
The hell did you just put that water? Is that?
It makes it thicker. Watch.
I know, but what did you put in water
Cornstarch.
to make it thicker?
Yeah.
Starch?
Cornstarch 㗎嘛。
You put cornstarch in it?
Yeah, makes it thicker.
And my son doesn't know about this technique, so he's very curious why, you're mixing in water and it makes the sauce thicker. But I'm telling him it's not just water, it's mixed with cornstarch. You could actually use plain flour if you want. Make sure you add the water and cornstarch mix little by little to thicken the sauce because you don't want the sauce to be too thick. And I actually have like 4 noodles, so I want a little bit more sauce. So that's why I'm not going to make it too thick. When you think that your cheese sauce is good enough, pour it over your lobster and noodles.
Oh God, just put the sauce.
So that's how you make cheese lobster with longevity noodles, Hong Kong style. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel. It's a brand new channel. This is the debut video. If you like video like this and you want me to make more, please like and subscribe to this video. Really need your support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.
At all by myself. I did this. Hello, welcome back to his channel. So we are going to be cooking like lobster noodles kind of stuff. I don't really know what it is. You say it. Look at the little garlic. This right here, normal garlic. This right here is a small garlic. Small garlic, big garlic, and 1 garlic. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. Yep. Okay. I don't think it's dead.
Oh, shit.
Ah!
Okay, enough.
Finally, taking a break.
Oh, what eyes, man.
I'm feeling it.
You see my eyes?
Oh, there's a light. Yeah, just light. There's some chicken broth. Chicken broth. Yeah.
Oh, one body. Oh shit.
Your hands covering the.
Oh shit.
I don't think we need the flash.